I remember that.
But in hindsight, Mark, now that we're talking about it, context, I'm wearing a polo shirt, and Mark was questioning that. I'll be honest. I was having a hard time thinking about like what I wanted to wear for like this stream. I didn't have anything My Hero like orientated, so I was like, okay, well, I don't feel like particularly anything. Like I figured that this is gonna be like a pretty big chapter, so I wanted to somehow symbolize that somehow. And the best thing I could come up with is some kind of collared shirt. But I didn't want to go full like collar shirt either. But also like I want to be comfortable in it. So I went with a polo shirt. Go back to this conversation before we started music and stuff like that, where Mark was questioning. I was like, well, there shouldn't be anything wrong with just choosing to wear a polo shirt. But in hindsight,
what's wrong with it?
I think in hindsight, the reason it's kind of weird how it symbolizes someone going out for activities is because of the whole purpose of the polo shirt in the first place, which is just to kind of like manage heat outside. So wearing inside in hindsight doesn't make too much sense. So I get it. I get why you're confused.
I never said anything was wrong with it.
So why you're questioning it? Like I walk in here with like different like graphic tees, and you either say, "Oh, Final Fantasy," or nothing. But here it's like, "Oh, polo shirt."
You go somewhere?
It's like, oh, okay. But welcome anyway, everyone, to the My Hero Academia manga stream.
You're more than welcome to question things. People always ask questions.
Whatever, right? I can't be. No, we're not jumping into that. We're here with chapter 319. After a fair week of hiatus, we're back in with a very promising chapter from what I'm hearing. In which we left off with well, actually, you know what? That's not how we set it up. Mark, there's something that we do every single time we start like one of these streams, and what would that be?
Recap episode.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I was waiting for the reel in. I'd run out and think about like doing a quick shirt change and then come back in.
If I was home alone, you get to, but I'm not.
Okay, got you. All right, so kind of doing doing a recap of chapter 318, right? What exactly was it here? Oh wait, this is really 318. No, yeah, it was, because it was about Endeavor kind of giving a call to Deku, saying like, "Hey, don't push yourself a little bit," and Deku's like, "Nah, I got it." Click. It's like, Endeavor's like, "Bruh, when did I have two adopted sons here?"
He just said, "The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch."
Yes, I remember that. And so a lot of like Deku in this chapter, and I guess the previous chapter too, was him being illustrated as kind of demonic looking at this point.
Looking like a monster.
Really though, even though like a lot of it's just a bunch of like beat up clothing, it somehow is drawn to make it look so. So I'm very curious as to how they're going to put this into the anime form. But we're looking at all the other users. I mean, they kind of get it. They get why Deku is like the way he is, but they're also kind of like, I kind of wish that we could have like he could calm down for a bit. But ultimately, it's like we'll follow him. We'll do whatever he says. And so Deku spends a fair bit of his time doing a lot of like hero rescue work, solo, mind you. And one of the instances that he's doing this is when he's stopping between like innocent civilians and a couple of like juveniles that I can only assume just came out of all these different like prisons, in addition to the big one that I don't remember the name of. Mark, do you remember?
Question one more time.
The big prison. The prison.
Oh, Tartarus.
Yes, thank you. Okay. But that aside, despite all the rescue and hero work that Deku does, a lot of people misinterpreted like his actions, and it seems like he kind of questions it a little bit, where it's like, are you with one all for one, and he's like, no, what? No, what?
What? No, no.
No, what makes you think that? Quick cut. The same one of like Aang like donning the armor.
It's like, now what would make you think that?
Hey, Katara, look.
There's the music.
It's slick, huh?
It's
So
too heavy for me. Can't move.
Yeah, I can't move. But we get a little bit more monologue from Deku saying that he's doing all this. He's running himself ragged nonstop because he is. I was going to. Well, I guess I might as well say it. Pulling a Loki, he's now been burdened with glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose.
So he's doing all this for the sake of the future, to smile again with the Class 1A and every single one of his loved ones. He comes across one of the hitmen from All for One being Dictator. Okay, I was looking for that name. Essentially, Dictator has a quirk of controlling a crowd of people who can only be broken up by literally knocking their lights out or taking out the main dude. Dictator like six everyone like on him, everyone just panicking. We can't move. Sorry, and like literally just dogpiling Deku as they rip his mask off, and he's like, "Just give me time to think about it." And then just out of the sky, here comes an AP shot, directly on the dome of Dictator with Bakugo. Bakugo with the cleanest panel right now, saying, "He's here, guys." And that's where we're at. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to 319. This is crazy. We got like a color illustration here. That's crazy. Get some good luck water going.
Good luck water.
Something tells me I'm not ready. Like, I like versus all the other panels and like chapters. This is the one that I've been seeing a lot more, just like on social media. Yeah. And I could probably understand why. So, without further ado, let's jump into chapter 319, dubbed Friend. We have the setting a few days after Izuku Midoriya left UA. This one's the first page. Let me double check real quick. Okay, yeah, there's only like one page that's colored in, and it's fantastic. Here's Araka. She's looking at pretty much a few people. We got Ida, Todoroki, Bakugo, and Tokiyami. She's saying, "Do you really think so, Todoroki? It's just our best guess, but..." And here comes Bakugo. "Odds are he's with Endeavor and the others. Damn nerd." Now we get back to the grayscaling here. It's Bakugo. He ripped the shred of just shreds of the letter, as the entire class of 1A is just kind of like grouped together in the living room. We have Ida saying, "Your best guess? You haven't confirmed that with anyone, such as the mentors who oversaw you three?" Tokiyami says, "We've tried, what was it, unceasingly?" I'll read this last page here. But my own master," talking about Hawks, "will not answer his phone." Bakugo with, "Oh, I like this." The top three panels are literally just Tokiyami, Bakugo, and Todoroki and their respective mentors slash masters, if you will. But Bakugo says, "Same with Denim Head." Is that what he's referring to?
Denim Head.
What was this? Actually, I'm starting to notice. I mean, maybe like, yeah, they just got out of the hospital. That's why they're all like scratched up still. But Todoroki's like, "My father too." He continues, "I'm sure they're busy, but something feels off. We can only assume they're keeping secrets from us." And Jiro says, "Not to mention, All Might is still MIA." Ojiro's like, or so it seems. Yeah. Classes are suspended. We're being kept as first years for now." Damn. Being held back? It's mean, but I get it. They got those of us in the hero course either cooped up in our dorms or helping out in the local security. Given the state of things, it's tough to find out like what's going on out there. All right, Mark, before I just start reading everything.
Can you zoom in on the top part?
Let's see what happens because usually I come across an issue with that later on, but here we go.
Alrighty. Let's see. What is it? Denim head and the spoon bill.
Okay. The spoon bill.
Man called him he called Hawks a spoon bill.
The disrespect.
If you want to know what that is, it's a different type of bird.
Okay.
Met Deku back at the hospital. All Might was there too. And then we got this letter. Go down a little bit. If he's too scared to come near UA, then who snuck in and slipped the letters under our doors in the dead of night? It had to be All Might. I've got no doubt they're partners in crime. We see Frenchie, Aoyama. Then is he with an adult? That should give us a reassurance, we. And then Denki. The only news we're hearing is about the whole. Yeah. Cody is. Sorry, that's my dad. The only news we're hearing is about the whole top 3 team up, right? The whole top 3 team up, right? Not a word about All Might. Yeah. Just Bakugo.
It's kind of strange how he's somewhat talking normally. Oh
right.
shit. This is okay. Yeah, this is the problem we're getting again.
Okay. Not really. I was fine.
Okay. Well, that's as far as far down as I can go, zooming in.
Yeah, right. Compared to Endeavor and the others, I know Deku and All Might better than anyone. This is the worst scenario I can think of.
He's already piecing things together here.
All right. We see Kirishima. He's with his hair down.
Yeah, but it's still kind of like detailed spiked in a way.
I mean, we know his hair used to be red before, or his hair used to be black before he dyed it red.
Yeah, it kind of looks like there's like a bit of like black growing back in.
Maybe he needs. Well, I mean, much like any dyed hair, I'm sure he has to keep re-dyeing it.
Yeah, he has to keep re-dyeing it. So the fact is that he's not really done it or touched it up.
I mean, it has been a while.
Yeah, certainly.
It also could just be shadows.
This is also true.
Damn it! How are we gonna get in touch with them? Uraraka, looking concerned. Endeavor's a UA alumni, right? Then let's force the issue.
Damn, really? We
see days later. We see. I think his name isn't it Nezu?
Yeah, it's Principal Nezu.
We see Principal Nezu, our mousy mouse. Then we see Endeavor looking like, I can't believe this shit. He's like, Principal.
I got called in.
This was a trap. As we just see the entire class looking at him like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, you have a moment of time to speak about.
Do you have a moment to talk about our Savior, Jesus Christ?
Okay. So, what's this? The gun just like, bam! As you just get this wide shot of Nezu, Endeavor on one side, Class 1A literally on the other side of the door. Nezu starts...
And Endeavor just in front of Nezu's desk.
Yeah. Nez says, I heard the children out and determined that this meeting was warranted. I'm always open to change and based on the facts. Todoroki, why have you been ignoring me? Damn. I thought we were going to stop Toya together. Shoto, as Never starts. Your willingness alone means the world to me. Todoroki, like, cuts in. Well, it doesn't mean much to me without action. Why is Midoriya the only one, like, with a free pass? I'll go ahead and continue this one. Endeavor, you're letting Deku and All Might operate together, aren't you? Nothing from Endeavor. I thought so, says Bakugo. In any other situation, it was the right move. But you don't know the first thing about Deku. He's screwed up in the head. The guy never takes himself into account. just says crap like, I'm fine. All Might became the symbol of peace with the same mindset, so he won't be the one to stop Deku. He's
Fair.
right. Correct!
Correct.
Alright. Go ahead.
Ooh, I'm gonna close my door. My dog loves to come in and out, in and out, in and out. And here's a weird dog.
Go to the weird dog. He gives unsolicited advice. Like, whoop. No one understands him except for me.
Oh, the wiener dog's a girl.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Cody's a boy. She is a girl. Hello, Petey. Hello. All right. Now let's see here.
She's cool. She can stay.
All right. Let's see what's going on here.
All right, get out. Get out. Except you stay.
Except you stay.
Mr. Krabs.
Listen, Endeavor, says Bakugo.
Okay.
You can't leave those two alone with each other. Not them. Basically saying that you can't leave them specifically together.
This is true.
Seems like Midoriya cut himself off from All Might too. As it shows that Hawks and Best Genius are right there. Then it's Endeavor thinking to himself, if only we could have the same speed to be by his side. But as he pulls out his phone, yo, does that thing have GPS tracking? It says I think isn't that Sarah?
Yeah.
Endeavor's got that face like just tosses the phone. They're like, what? I'll go to catch it.
He just gives up and he like tosses it and everyone's like, whoa! They in it.
Mind if we borrow this, sir? Because, well, it's only by chance I wound up in the same class as the guy, but still. I feel the same way. We've only spent a year together, but that's plenty, says Coda.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's determined.
He's also very... Honestly, I feel like that voice is pretty accurate because he's usually very light voiced.
Yes. All right. Here's Todoroki. He never opened up to us about One for All, and he expected that letter to put us at ease. That came as a shock to us, Ida. We of Class A intend to find him, follow him, and work us alongside him. No matter how great a burden One for All may be, Midoriya is our friend. And we can't very well be expected to go smiling into the future knowing that our friend is walking this thorny path alone. I like this shot of just like literally everyone. Oh my god! Like I just saw
faces of determination.
Yeah, I just saw Grady and I was like, oh shit, I forgot for a hot second. I just forgot about Midnight, but here they all are. I also want to point out the fact that like, what was it? After Midoriya left, and then a few days after that, they approached Nezu, and that's like already at the point where they lost contact of like Midoriya and All Might, or rather,
this is probably during where he's fighting the Gaunt and everything.
Yeah, so within that time span, it's only been a few days.
And you can see right here, we see Kirishima spiked his hair back up.
Oh yeah, he did. So he's ready. I'll go ahead and read this one. This is Endeavor. He says, "It's too dangerous out there. Law and order is the thing of the past. Even you kids would be." And here comes Nezu. "You certainly matured, Todoroki." Well, Todoroki.
Well, and you Todoroki?
Principal Nezu? Ah!
Oh.
Well, anyway, he says, "Given that the villains now pursue him, and that he wished to leave UA, I authorized the team up." Everyone's like, oh, well, actually, let me read right to left. "However, he's free to return to us at any time." Everyone's like,
all right.
More like Jiro's like, huh? "From the moment a student is accepted into the school, they fall under our protection."
Oh.
It shows Zaraka absolutely bawling. Oh. And the mom's just taking photos.
And she's like,
Oh my god, dude.
You want to take one more?
I'll take one more, and I guess the illustration as well. But what about the safety of the evacuees? Says never. Among them, there's still. And I think Nezu continues. A proper evacuation shelter must be more than simple plot of land, or more than simply a plot of land. I shall have to reassure them somehow. Our security system was fortified for the school festival, though it has yet to see any use. I'm talking about the UA barrier. It'll prove its
The
worth.
UA barrier.
I immediately thought of Gentle.
That's their new. I guess this is their new security system because they have to deal with all the attacks. They're like, you know what? We need to soup up security.
Mm-hmm. In any case, All Might
Literally the
also
shield
attended
from
the school.
Wakanda.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Literally is the shield from Wakanda.
It is, yeah.
Could you imagine?
I remember that scene like vividly, where it seems normal, and then all of a sudden they face the barrier, and it's like the entire like advanced city. It's like,
Not only that, dude. You remember during the war, like nothing would break that shit. That shield is tough.
mm-hmm. It only took a lot of savages to go in.
Like they had to freaking DDoS it.
Yeah. Oh, but Nezu continues. In any case, All Might also attended the school, you know. So go on, do what you must to bring them back to us. So Nezu just gave him the okay, and we immediately cut to where they are right now. Deku was about to get dogpiled, and here we have like Class 1A just go all in.
Avengers, assemble.
It really is. Class 1A, Avengers, assemble. All right. Go ahead, Mark.
Zoom in on the top right, please.
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and do that. Hopefully, all I gotta do is just press escape when I want to get back to the full screen.
Prison escapee, secured. Splendid work, Bakugo, says Yamamomo. That's great explosion murder god dynamite to you. Pardon me.
Great.
The people. Our bodies are free. Eek! Heroes! Alright. Izuku just kind of looking like, well, everyone, but why? Uraraka, we're worried about you. But I'm fine.
I was like, boy, if you don't.
Boy, you know, it's not. Yeah, right. Zoom in to the left.
Yes, here we go.
So don't worry and get away from me. Wow, real inspiring. All hail the mighty inheritor of one for all. As Bakugo's just clapping.
It's true.
Then he's got his thumbs pointing to his face. But tell us this: are you smiling now? Izuku just got that look like ugh. Like you can't even see his eyes in his mask. Just that
his masks look like teeth.
They do. We see Ida, but it's Izuku talking. Those smiles, everyone's peace of mind. Those are the reasons I need to keep going. So,
okay.
So get ready. Get out of my way. Do your worst, you All Might wannabe, says Bakugo. We knew Midoriya would be the same as ever. Stand strong, everyone, says Ida, and then Uraraka. Yeah. They're about to fight.
I mean, damn, bro.
This is what has everyone's freaking out, is because legitimately he's like, get out of my way, and Bakugo's like, bring it.
Okay. So, I'm not going to be that guy who says I told you so. But I'm just kind of saddened because I didn't want that to be the case.
You didn't want them to have to fight?
Yeah. I was saying jokingly, like, maybe a chapter or two ago, like, maybe they'll finally catch up to him, and, like, what's going to happen? Like, maybe Deku will just be like, nah, I'm still going. And everyone's like, nah, you need to go home.
That's technically what they're doing.
Yeah, so I had a feeling that it might come down to, like, a confrontation, a conflict.
Oh, you know it's going to. Izuku's stubborn as a bull.
But I know for the shonen purists, this is what it's all about.
And it makes sense for Izuku's character, honestly.
I think right now it makes sense for him to be like this persistent about it because of like everything.
He doesn't want them to get hurt.
Like he's not, in a way, like because he's so focused on like one particular goal, he's literally just he's no longer seeing the whole picture of everything.
Yeah, he's blinded. But like I said, it's also because he left because he didn't want anyone to get hurt being around him.
Right. And now he's totally forgotten the fact now that like his very friends are the ones standing in his way, and all he can think of is like, I needed to get rid of All for One. I need to get rid of All for One. I can't deal with this right now.
It's that, and it's like if that All for One will use anyone he can to get to me. I can't have anyone around me.
Yeah. So Deku's trying so hard to protect them, but he's ultimately going to be the one to knock them down, and he's going to feel really, really bad about it. He's going to break down. We're going to have that arc, a whole recovery arc, and we're going to have fillers and stuff like that. I'm just kind of going based on predictions here.
I'm telling you right now, I'm fully expecting Izuku to get his ass beat.
That would be so dope. Like Deku just
Against all of Class 1A, Izuku's strong, but he's really fucking strong, but they've also gotten really fucking strong.
This is true.
Like, you forget, Ida can, especially, like, remember, back for Class 1A versus 1B, Ida can use Reciprocal Burst infinitely.
Essentially now. But
That's
oh my
fast.
god. It's just like this is going to be everyone. Everyone versus Deku.
And we also don't know what everyone else has done in the meantime.
I mean, yes, it's kind of true, but they haven't really had like much of a breather to like really improve. Yep. But
Denki Kaminari, we saw he did good he's gotten way better at controlling his electricity at the during the raid.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that Mina, she's got her new move where she covers herself in like an acid like freaking creature.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's we saw that Kirishima, Unbreakable.
Yeah.
It's that we even the others, like there's still Mineta. He's even with his goofball self and his arguably laughable quirk, it actually does have good applications.
Yeah, that's true.
Then there's Sugar Rush, who's just pure muscle and diabetes.
Yeah. Oh my god. I hope Sugar Rush gets like a moment in this one because he gets like really strong, but I haven't seen him like as strong as like 100%.
Right. And also you forget, what time of day is it right now?
It's pretty dark now.
Tokoyami.
I'm pretty sure he'll have no problems. I'm not really thinking too much about the fight. I'm just thinking more of like, I feel like Deku, even though like he's in this mindset, I feel like he would have said something. He would have had like a couple more exchanges to say about them, saying like, none of you can really do anything. Only I can do this. So it stands to reason that I should be the one out there. You guys shouldn't. And then it would just be a back and forth. They might just do that like in the fight, like obviously because it's shonen, but
well, I mean, you can talk while you're fighting. No one says it just has to be nothing but blows.
Yeah. So for Deku to have like this like a threatening like aura to him saying to get out of my way, like
yeah, with his full cow going off.
Yeah. But I personally felt like the pacing, maybe it's just how we read it, feels a little too hastened because it's like at like invisible like chapter page limit.
I don't think it was too fast. I think it was just enough because we saw the bit of the backstory. They all caught up with Bakugo because he called them in because they were nearby.
No, I'm not talking about like the pacing of the chat. I'm talking about like Deku going from 0 to 100 right now.
Oh no, I just think that I don't think that's overly fast paced. I just think that's him just trying to get the fuck out of there as fast as he can because he doesn't want to. If he hangs around for too much, they're going to start making sense to him. So that's why he's like, he knows that if he wants to keep them safe, he can't listen.
No, I guess that's a fair point to say because it's one of those things where like it's one thing to be blinded by like your own like motives, but it's another thing to acknowledge that your motives are like flawed, but you still want to go through with them anyway. And anything else can easily like break that whole foundation, such as a Takno Jutsu from everyone.
Well, man, yeah, because he loves all of them. He cares about them. That's why he left in the first place.
Right, but now they're forcing him back
It's like,
down.
you know why? Because they love and care about you too, dummy.
So, okay, I can make peace with that and just expect next chapter to be just a couple of like word exchanges, but more action than I could possibly imagine.
Now the big thing that I'm wondering is, can Izuku finally do it? Can he finally beat Bakugo?
Ooh, I mean, there's a lot of things to consider, like in a one-on what is it, 18 fight.
I know, but it's like they're probably gonna group up. But I was like, that's the thing. So like they're obviously all gonna take him down,
Yes.
but it's like if Bakugo being enough to could Bakugo actually even be enough by himself at this point with all the quirks that Izuku has now? I don't know.
I don't know. It's fair to say that they've been looking for a while, but they're not like we've been fighting day in and day out like Deku has like so far.
He's got a
So
lot of experience.
I couldn't tell you like in a I just took a whole week break and now we're now thrown down versus the circumstances now how it fair, but I think obviously because of how weakened like Deku is, he's still gonna really put up a fight, but he will definitely lose. And even like on a one-on-one with Bakugo right now, he still might like have a disadvantage just because of the pure energy that he doesn't
I say
have
just
anymore.
because of the exhaustion.
Yeah, I mean, I I would say if he decided to eat the thing that All Might was packing for him, maybe that he'd stand a chance. But
Well, you got in that pork katsu.
I know. Oh, I feel so bad about that that piece of
Dude,
lunch.
so bad, man. I felt so bad. It's always when they trip when the person that is like trying to help trips and the food hits the ground. It's like pain. They made that for you, man. Pain.
Mm. I do like how Baku's absolutely just antagonizing Nick right now, even harder than
Ooh,
usual.
ooh. I just remember we have a third party.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I just remembered we might see a third party in this fight.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Stain.
Stain, right? Yeah. Stain, that'll be interesting. I think for the most part he'll be like watching over them and just seeing how things play out. Especially with
That's
Ida
a
literally being right there. It'll be interesting to see like if there's a different like
change of heart.
a different impression of Ida after this.
Like when he sees Ida trying to actually bring his friend back to being a true hero.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he sees that, maybe he'll actually finally change his mind about Ida.
Yeah. And who knows, that might change something entirely different about Stain. Instead of being like the anti-hero, more so on the evil side, he can be an anti-hero, more on the good side.
Let's think. I say Stain is a very rare thing, and that it's an anti-villain.
Yeah?
That's what I would describe Stain as, an anti-villain.
Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, that makes more
Because
sense.
he's a villain, but he does things that could be classified as hero-ish.
Like there's a justice to it, but
Yeah,
it's a very screwed one.
he's a villain for sure, but he's honestly his motives. While yes, they're absolutely bumfuck insane.
Mm-hmm.
There's a method to it. There's actually some sense in it. It's like, oh, I can
Yeah.
see what you mean. I don't think you should go about it that way, but I see what you mean.
So I do want to
It's
point
like,
out.
fake heroes, heroes that are only in it for the fame or the money and not actually helping people. That's probably
Yeah,
not a good
like
thing.
what Sane ultimately wants. He wants that society of heroes that are as pure as they come, but because he himself acknowledges that with the advancement and just the progression towards everything, it's more of a commodity and loses that like I guess value. Sorry, you're sensing it.
I mean, and there's also his. I mean, how much of Vigilantes did you read?
Um, book one, so like the volume one. I think volume two in Barnes and Noble. and then a few chapters in the current arc.
Man, you are all over the place.
Yeah, I'm just hopping.
Because Stain is in Vigilantes.
Nice.
Like, and spoilers for those who have not read. I'm sure Justin to this point doesn't care, but
Yeah.
okay, right? Everyone who didn't want spoilers, I hope you guys
Stain shows a titty? What?
So Stain started out. Stain started out as basically he started out as a villain killer,
Oh, really?
kind of like a vigilante,
Okay.
which he pretty much already was. But Knuckle Duster took care of him when he tried to take out Crawler, because Crawler tried to save Crawler tried to save somebody who wasn't being a villain anymore, or didn't deserve to be killed for it,
Yeah.
And then Stain saw him as a block, and then Knuckle Duster came in, punched the fucking shit out of him in the face.
Nice.
And then since Stain's nose was broken, once Stain was hiding in a bathroom, that's when Stain cut his nose off.
I was about to say, what nose?
No, it's because Knuckle Duster broke it.
I was gonna say, like, is this a bit where like they change up Sasuke's like chin from pointy to flat because Naruto like went in and Shoryukened him?
Is that the head canon for everybody?
That's the headcanon for me too.
Is the fact that Naruto rearranged his chin?
It flattened it. Final Destination it.
Freaking said, pointy chin? Nah, we go fix this right here. We'll add a little curve.
No curves. We're just gonna.
Ah, nice and broad.
It looks good on you, Sasuke. I no response.
But yeah, they called him. What was his name? Was it Stalheim? Stalheim, something like that. That was Stain's name. But yeah, that marked his transition to after he cut off his nose, after Knuckle Duster broke it. That was his change to Stain.
So he's got like a Voldemort nose now. I'm here,
yeah,
Draco.
Knuckle Duster just destroyed his nose. We just cut it off.
Yeah. All right. That's unfortunate, but I guess.
Yeah, but honestly, that's the thing. It's like during all of this could be we could see some character development for Stain to where he has a change of heart. But I think it'll be more of Stain's ideals will likely line up with what the heroes want.
Yeah.
Which is because here Stain doesn't want pure chaos in society. That's not what he wants. Stain wants a just society.
Yeah.
He wants a society where heroes are no longer just out for money and fame. They're actually out to help people. And I think he's going to see a lot of that in Class 1A.
It might be a little selfish, though. Like, because obviously they ultimately, like, when you see the broader scheme of things, like, Class 1A is there to pretty much become the future of, like, hero society. So there's that. But in this case, they're here to rescue a friend. The rescue part seems justified. But I can see it as because all they want to do is just save a friend, so that's why they're gonna be out here like brawling on the streets. I can kind of see that like as a negative somewhat, but like very little of a selfish thing.
But this person is also this person they're trying to save. Not only is a hero, he's also pretty much the answer to the entire situation. So that could also be seen as heroic. You're trying to help the answered situation for the good of everybody.
Yeah, I think it's based on the speech bubbles. Stain's gonna be looking at that like real hard just to make a determination. Like, are you all heroes, or is there someone like amongst one of you that I need to like snuff out?
Because he already heard the conversation between All Might and Izuku, so he already knows what's going on.
Yeah, he does now. He respects the hell out of like All Might, and now looks at Deku
he said if anyone is going to take him down, it's All Might.
But man, dude, this is kind of going back into the prospects of this fight. Ugh. Literally everyone's gonna have to go in. And
also, did you know someone pointed this out last chapter? Did you notice this? It was when the second user said it's almost like the second user knew Bakugo was coming.
Well, I mean, it's not like they don't see everything around him, so
I
they
know, but
know
it's like,
how important Bakugo is to Deku.
yeah, but they pointed it out. Like someone pointed out, it almost seemed like the second user knew about Bakugo.
I won't rule that out, but I don't know. Like I don't really have much of a take on that, except for like we've been hypothesizing that he's related to
Family.
Bakugo because of like the hair and that and like a bit of the face. And yeah, so we won't rule that out. It's just that like in this circumstance, um everyone kind of knows like Deku's life at this point. And so they know, I mean obviously they'll still support Deku, but they do know like elements outside of like Deku that could stop him. Not just all for one, but also like his own like classmates, specifically Bakugo.
I mean, another thing that we could see come into play could be because they're having foreign intervention come over here to help since Japan's having a rough time. Could see
Mhm.
the return of Izuku's dad.
Yeah, but we don't know too much about him, right?
We don't
Like
know what he
we just know
does.
he works kind of like overseas.
We don't know what his job is, though.
Like we don't know if he's a hero over there or he's just simply just like just a business salaryman just going about.
We know he
So
breathes fire.
we know he breathes fire, but does he use it? Use it?
He's the American Dragon.
What? Oh my god! Tall ass Jake Long.
Like he breathes fire. I'm like, what's his hero name? American Dragon.
I was like, Jake Long. I I guess things didn't really work out with. Sorry.
Is Izuku half American?
I mean, that'd be something.
Have you ever had a protagonist in a shonen series that's been half foreign?
Half foreign. I mean, when you put it as
I don't,
broad as that,
I don't think
um,
so.
I mean, aside from like the fictional like regions and stuff like that, if we're talking about like actual like Earth, I couldn't tell you from the top of my dome right now, but
Well,
there's
well,
definitely
there's
been
Suna.
anime outside of like shonen, but not just exclusively out of shonen that have characters, main characters or not, come from like a different like place.
The one that I could think of only that involves Earth is Suna from Hitman Reborn, because technically since he is related to the Von Gola Primo, that would mean he's got Italian in him.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I don't remember what the anime was, but there's a girl who's transferred out. I mean, granted though, like My Hero is an example of that. Pony is a foreign exchange student.
Oh yeah, she's foreign for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, like a few
She's
examples
had to
like
be from
that, but I don't
America.
know about like a main protagonist that I can think of right now.
I can only think of Suna and Shitoge. Isn't Shitoge part American?
Yes, she is a protagonist too, so she would, technically speaking, yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that.
some say she is the main protagonist instead of Raku. Some people say, I'm like, is she?
I get it. I get it. I won't
It's
argue
like,
it.
who is
That's all I'm
the
gonna
real
say.
main character of Nisekoi?
I would say she's like a dual protagonist.
It's like her and Raku are definitely the main
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah, I do remember it because like she's the only one with blonde hair, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's weird. That's some weird shit."
Well, that's because in Japan, like we've seen in anime and manga a lot. To them, an idea of a foreigner is usually blonde
Usually,
hair, blue
yeah, the
eyes.
blonde hair, you know. And let's totally like sweep under like the rug the whole blue hair situation
True, like the blue hair. I mean, but it's
the
also
brown
like
slash dirty blonde.
in fiction, you can definitely get away with those kind of hair colors for sure.
Yeah, it works.
It's like here, like they can do that naturally in fiction, but we can't do that naturally here. We'd have to dye our hair.
Mm. So, just real quick, as far as like looking the prospects again of the fight, um, it's gonna hurt a lot when Iraq is gonna be in confrontation with Deku because obviously they both influence each other. Deku a little bit more so with Araka.
Uraraka, I've always wanted to clap your cheeks, but not like this.
Araka's like, it looks like I'll be the one to clap your cheeks.
Oh,
Proceeds to serve him up.
ooh. Serve him up. Release. Drop him down.
Oh my god. But he can kind of float, so that's an issue, is that she needs to use her wires specifically to make it work.
She just has
But
wires now.
the issue, I guess, is just that, like, I
Done
think
head
Araka
martial
will.
arts.
I was gonna say, I think Araka is going to have to be the one to kind of force feed like Deku's own teachings to her, to him.
Give him a kiss.
Give me a little kiss on that fractured grill.
He'd get so flustered he'd freeze.
I think it would shock his system though, but you know,
He'd just and pass out.
I think there's another thing that could shock his system. Actually, that'd be a smart move. Yeah,
I honestly think that'd be like a hilarious outcome.
I would love if Denki is the key person in this confrontation.
Zap.
We're gonna have like him strapped to Ida, and then we're gonna give him the quick like taser tag.
You ready? You put them together. You put Ida and Denki together. What do you got? You got the Flash.
Bruh, you got the Flash.
We call that a lightning bolt.
But yeah, I really just want to see combinations like Flurry against Deku. But I also want Deku to show off all of his quirks, and I want to see everyone just kind of like figure like out each quirk. Well, maybe Bako's be the one who's kind of leading the conversations there, where it's like, all right, that's that one. There's that quirk. I don't know that one. That Faj. What is? Anyway, we're just gonna slap him silly, so we don't have to worry about it.
And don't forget, he's still got one more we haven't seen.
That's true. That'd be such an asshole movie. Just like used it on them. It's like, all right, well, actually, you know what? That makes more sense now. It's like, well, I got no choice. My cheeks are getting clapped right now. I gotta use the last quirk.
Because we saw that the second user used a blaster for it.
This is true. Finger guns.
What? I'm wondering what it is. Like, it could be explosion because, or at least some version of it, because he does look like Bakugo. Maybe it's something.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. All I know is that, like, as much as Deku feels like he's in the right, he's definitely in the wrong. And I'm just like, I'm playing out every single like moment that Deku and Bakugo and literally everyone else has been a part of. Like, oh, excuse me. You remember when yeah, remember when Deku like intercepted Stain's attack on Ida, and he was saying that like meddling people's other people's affairs is what means to be a true hero. Bakugo taking the L for Deku when All for One reached out to him, and he was saying like, "Don't go off on your own, you damn nerd."
I know, after he got fucking shish kebabbed.
So I just hope that like they just like force feed him this information, because otherwise he won't stop.
Shish kebakugo.
But I can't wait for Deku to wake up in the hospital and Bakugo is literally right there. He's saying, "You still." He like repeats the same words too. It's like, "You had the best person to teach you all this stuff, but you still couldn't beat me." It's like, what the fuck?
I was tired.
That's Deku's response. You can't even move a finger. I was exhausted.
Once I'm out of this hospital, round 3.
But we're seeing a turning point on this one, and I'm happy to see it. But I guess first and foremost, we got to go through the drama that this fight's going to entail. So
I'm wondering how many chapters this fight's gonna be.
ooh, that's a good question.
Will it just be a 1? There's gonna be a couple.
If it's a fast one, it'll be 2. If it's a lengthy one, it might be 4, but probably 3.
I would be very surprised if it went over 4.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's definitely like shonen fights that like take a good number of chapters. I mean, we kind of like got off of one of those, but
That was during the entire war.
the entire war was a fight. But just literally all the chapters that involved like all for Shiggy, that was
That was some wild shit.
just like just the zoom in on Shiggy like on Deku and Bakugo was like, give me all, give me one for all.
They're just like, fuck.
That was so quick. But yeah, I think
know.
that's.
Then Gran Torino got them out of there before they got disintegrated.
I know, right? He was also real quick about it too. But I guess that's pretty much it. It looks like everyone is pretty much expected this. They had a whole like meeting about this. They're saying like, we gotta stop Deku, and most likely he's gonna say no, so we gotta force him.
Yep, and I'm just waiting to see, because if there's an area in My Hero, it's most likely a Star Wars reference. So we'll see.
The high ground.
Bro, I learned so many different because like I remember we went to these locations, but I didn't really think about it. I looked at the mall where Shiggy like was interrogating Izuku before the training camp.
Yeah,
Guess what it's called?
I don't remember.
Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk. Oh my god. Oh no. They're Horikoshi's not gonna stop. He's gonna put every single reference in there.
And of course, Jakku Hospital.
Jakku.
Camino Ward.
Yes. This is just a game to him.
I'm waiting for Coruscant.
It really just sounds like croissant at that point. I can go with either or.
Dude, not only that, there's certain characters like, think about it, All For One, when he's wearing his black mask, does he not look like Darth Vader?
It's a bit of a stretch, but I get you. I get you.
Someone put their pictures next to each other. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see it.
I mean, they're kind of, the designs are ball faced. I get it. Yeah.
Not only that, Gran Torino and Yoda.
Gran Torino's he's drunk.
Both all small, crotchety old men that throw their canes away and zip around.
It's true.
I was like, yo, I can appreciate the combination of Star Wars and comic book characters, though. I can appreciate it a lot.
But was Deku ever carrying Gran Torino for training?
That's a good point, actually.
Use your black
Does that
whip
mean
to
Izuku
whip
is
the
Luke
X-Wing.
Skywalker? Oh, fuck. If all that's true, that means... if all of this was true... that would make, if Izuku's supposed to be Luke Skywalker, that would make All For One Anakin, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean, you just said he was Darth Vader for a bit, so I mean,
the look wise, yes, but honestly, if I was to compare him to anybody, I'd say he's got the look of Darth Vader, but the personality of Palpatine.
I mean, yeah, that's true. He even has the persistence too.
Yeah, and I would compare Shiggy to Anakin.
Damn. Absolutely troubled.
Right? It's like, was destined for greatness, but was manipulated by an evil force to become a force of destruction.
We also familiar problems too.
Have a lot of family problems in that family.
Yeah, there were problems in the family, specifically on Dad, but that was also because of Nana. But
and I guess we could, and I mean, well, we know that All Might's based off of Goku, but I guess you could say he's kind of like Obi-Wan in this sense.
Kinda, in a way.
Whereas we know Gran Torino is like Yoda.
The boy, who's Bakugo?
Good point. He's Han.
I have no point of reference of any road raging like Star Wars character.
I would say that I'm sure some of these actually could be Star Wars references. Like I'm fairly certain
Not
Gran Torino and
Yeah.
Yoda is probably not an accident.
Yeah, if anything, they're like touches up or in character inspired, but they're not like tightly interwoven into the series.
Yeah, because we all know Horikoshi loves two things: Western comics and Star
Shoes.
Wars.
Sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said shoes.
Oh, because of the collaboration.
I don't know about any collaboration. I just know about his art.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fact that there was actually a My Hero collaboration for some shoes.
Oh shit, I didn't know about that.
I mean, there was a JoJo collaboration for some suits.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That makes sense. Pose.
Pose, 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 pose.
But yeah, it's not like Ruby where like a lot of the folklore is interwoven into the series. It's not like chained to it. It's just like a point of reference. But
is Ruby actually inspired by folklore?
Well, yes, because
Folklore
Ruby,
from what?
like all of them, like all of them.
Ah, I see. Mythology from all around.
From like Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, to Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Like literally all of them are like put together into this world with no, like, it's all referenced, but it's not like it leads to something. You just kind of see. Concrete. I guess in a way it's kind of like My Hero, where like you start to see similarities, and all of a sudden like you start conjuring up your own ideas. Like, oh, you know what? That kind of reminds me of like Yoda from Star Wars. You know, actually no. Speaking of that, this person reminds me of this. This person reminds me of that, and it's kind of like that.
You're just like, holy shit, I see it.
Character archetype, like just by like fictional characters from another work.
Yep.
But yeah,
these two dogs are wrestling.
Ooh. Well, I guess that's our cue, actually. So, definitely looking forward to the next chapter. This one's coming in a week, so it won't be long until we see a confrontation happen. But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and end it here. So, thank you guys so much for joining us for chapter 319 of not DangIT Podcast, My Heroes Academia Manga Stream. So, the next time we jump in, it's going to be 320. Not quite 420, but it's 320.
320.
320. At least light it up a little bit.
At least, you know, just slightly singe it.
Singe it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. #bye, everyone.